The book The Mind is a Workshop of Riches unfolds with a profound truth, one that is as old as human existence itself yet as fresh as the breath you take this very moment, that the greatest source of wealth, abundance, and transformation lies not in the outer world, but within the chambers of your own mind. It is here, in the quiet workshop of thought, where destinies are forged, where ideas take shape, and where the raw materials of experience are molded into the treasures of life. The book does not speak of riches merely in terms of gold, possessions, or material gain. Instead, it elevates the meaning of wealth, reminding us that true prosperity is a harmony of abundance, mental clarity, emotional strength, spiritual fulfillment, financial freedom, and meaningful contribution to the lives of others. The central idea is simple yet revolutionary. You already possess the richest workshop imaginable, and it is the steady cultivation of your thoughts, your imagination, and your beliefs that determine the quality of the life you create. From the very beginning, the author draws attention to the extraordinary power of thought. A single idea, nurtured with care and persistence, has the power to reshape reality. History itself is filled with proof. Every invention, every social revolution, every work of art, every empire ever built began first as a seed in the fertile ground of someone's imagination. Consider Thomas Edison, who brought light to the world not because he possessed more resources than others, but because he trained his mind to work tirelessly in service of an idea. Think of Martin Luther King Jr., who ignited a movement not by weapons or wealth, but by the vision of equality and freedom born within his mind's workshop. Or think even more personally, how every success in your own life, no matter how small, first appeared as a thought, a decision, or a dream you dared to hold. The book insists that every mind, no matter how humble, is a creative force waiting to be recognized. Yet it does not shy away from truth. Just as the mind can be a workshop of riches, it can also become a workshop of poverty if left undirected. Thoughts of limitation, doubt, fear, and envy produce corresponding results: scarcity, frustration, and dissatisfaction. The principle is as natural as planting seeds in soil. If you sow thorns, you cannot expect roses. If you nurture weeds, they will overtake the garden. The workshop of the mind does not discriminate, it simply takes what is put into it and multiplies it. One of the most powerful lessons from the book is the understanding that wealth begins with desire. Not a fleeting wish, but a burning, persistent desire that takes root in the heart and refuses to be extinguished by obstacles. This desire, when joined with faith and disciplined action, becomes the blueprint by which the mind constructs reality. Many people fail not because they lack intelligence or opportunity, but because their desires are weak, scattered, or easily defeated by discouragement. The book urges us to look inward and ask, what do I truly want? What is the vision I am willing to dedicate myself to, no matter how long it takes? Desire alone, however, is not enough. The book teaches the importance of imagination, the ability to see, in the mind's eye, the life you wish to create. Imagination is the architect that translates desire into plans, and plans into results. Without imagination, desire remains a vague longing. With imagination, desire becomes a living picture, compelling the individual to act. The great industrialists, inventors, and visionaries of history all had this gift in common: they could see beyond what was and glimpse what could be. But imagination is not reserved for the few, it is the birthright of every person who dares to exercise it. The book goes further, showing that imagination and desire must be harnessed by discipline. The mind is a powerful workshop, but like any workshop, it can only produce results if guided with order and persistence. It warns against the trap of drifting, of allowing the mind to be scattered by distractions, doubts, and the opinions of others. The undisciplined mind becomes a workshop for worry and limitation. The disciplined mind, however, becomes a channel for inspiration and strength. The book reminds us that persistence is the bridge between dreams and their fulfillment. Every obstacle, every delay, every setback is but a test of one's determination. Those who persist, who keep faith alive when results seem distant, are the ones who inevitably reap the harvest of their mental labor. There is also a deep emphasis on faith, faith not as blind belief, but as the conscious choice to trust in the unseen potential within oneself and the universe. Faith is the energy that keeps the mind's workshop alive even when the outer world offers no signs of success. Without faith, desire withers under the weight of doubt. With faith, even the smallest step becomes infused with power. The book shares countless examples of ordinary men and women who achieved extraordinary results because they simply believed, with unwavering certainty, that their efforts would not be in vain. Faith, the author explains, is not only spiritual but deeply practical. It conditions the mind to expect success, and in doing so, aligns the subconscious with the goal, opening the door for creativity, opportunity, and action. The book also confronts the reader with an often overlooked truth: riches are not acquired in isolation. The workshop of the mind operates most effectively when connected to service and contribution. True wealth is created when one's vision does not only serve the self, but uplifts others. A business thrives when it solves problems and improves lives. A teacher prospers when knowledge enriches the minds of students. Even wealth in relationships grows when one gives love, respect, and kindness. The book urges us to expand our definition of riches beyond mere possessions and to see that the highest riches are found in relationships, purpose, and the positive impact we leave behind. Another vital teaching in the book is the power of association. Just as a workshop is influenced by the quality of its tools and environment, the mind is shaped by the people we surround ourselves with. Negative, cynical, and fearful people pollute the atmosphere of our workshop, infecting it with doubt and discouragement. On the other hand, being in the company of dreamers, achievers, and those who uplift us strengthens our faith and sharpens our vision. The book encourages the reader to be intentional about associations, to seek mentors, communities, and friendships that align with growth, positivity, and purpose. Perhaps the most moving sections of the book are those that remind us of responsibility, the understanding that no one else can manage our mind's workshop for us. The tools are in our hands. The thoughts we allow, the beliefs we entertain, the desires we nurture, these are choices no one can make on our behalf. It is easy to blame circumstances, to wait for luck, or to resent the success of others, but the book insists that these attitudes only weaken the power of the workshop. The moment we accept full responsibility for our inner world, we reclaim the authority to shape our outer world. Throughout the book, real-life examples illuminate these truths. The struggling artist who, through persistence and imagination, transforms rejection into mastery. The entrepreneur who loses everything, yet rebuilds from nothing by holding to a vision no obstacle could extinguish. The parent who, despite scarcity, uses faith and love to nurture children who grow into leaders. Each story becomes a mirror, inviting the reader to see themselves not as a victim of circumstances, but as an architect of destiny. At its heart, the book delivers a simple but life-changing realization: your mind is the workshop where every treasure is forged. You are not powerless, nor are you limited by what you lack in resources, connections, or opportunities. The true riches begin inside. The thoughts you nurture daily are chisels shaping your future. The desires you hold are blueprints waiting to be built. The faith you cultivate is the energy that brings them to life. And the actions you persistently take, guided by imagination and discipline, are the tools by which those inner riches are made visible in the world. As the book draws to its close, it offers not a conclusion but an invitation to step into your workshop consciously, to take up the tools of thought with care and intention. Each morning becomes an opening of the workshop doors, each thought a material chosen for the day's creation. What will you build? Scarcity or abundance? Doubt or confidence? Fear or courage? The choice is yours, and it is renewed with every passing moment. Ultimately, The Mind is a Workshop of Riches is more than a book, it is a reminder of our own sacred power. It whispers to the reader that wealth is not something to chase outside, but something to cultivate inside. It teaches us that the mind is not a prison of past limitations, but a workshop of endless possibilities. And it calls us to live not as passive dreamers, but as active creators of lives that are rich in purpose, contribution, love, and fulfillment. So, let the words of this book echo in your heart. Tend to your workshop with faith, imagination, discipline, and persistence. Build with thoughts of abundance, not scarcity. Shape your desires into plans, your plans into action, your action into service, and your service into legacy. For when you master the workshop of your mind, you unlock not only personal riches but a wealth that blesses the world.